mean, the thing is, for me, there's not one style of music that I really enjoy. It's like about playing. So if I think there's a sort of state of mind you get into when you're playing, when it's all going well, that you're enjoying yourself and you're kind of in the moment. So I can enjoy playing very structured music, very you know, composed things, but I also like to improvise as well. Well, playing with a bow is, I find, for me, enormously tricky, but it's a great way of, obviously you have no frets, right? So it's a great way of learning to play in tune. So you have, you can hear the pitch much better with a bow, but the whole posture and everything, if you're not doing it all the time, I think it's very, very demanding physically. Bowing is, I think it's a specialist kind of thing, isn't it? You know, the guys who play in orchestras with a bow, they tend to do that all the time. I have the greatest respect for people that can do that, because you have to play 3 or 4 people together, you know, all playing with the correct pitching. It's going to be tough. Yeah, the double bass is a great... Somebody said to me, you play half the notes, but you have twice the impact. You play less, but the sound you're making has so much more weight, so much more presence, I think, in the right context. It wouldn't work in a heavy metal band. Well, we haven't got any kind of timeline or any plan yet for another album, but it's something that we'll undoubtedly talk about this year. So. But yes, but I didn't study it formally. I didn't go to college or anything. If you're a cook, okay, if you go to a nice restaurant and somebody cooks you a fantastic dinner, you don't think, has the chef got any qualifications? You just know about the result, and I think music is the same. It's something for me. I learned to do it. It's sort of like it's a bit of a showy thing. Everybody I work with absolutely hates it. I mean, to me it's just another technique, but it's kind of, I think for the bass it's a very overpowering sound. I don't know if you know Anthony Jackson, and I read an interview with him where he said, because he plays plectrum style, he said that learning to play with the plectrum is like, you should take it as seriously as a double bass player would when they learn to play with the bow. And I could really relate to that because of learning to play with the bow. And I went backwards and spent a lot of time just doing some very fundamental up and down stroke exercises to get comfortable with it. And it really, you know, for me now, I'm just as comfortable using the pick as using my fingers, which was for a long time the only way I would play was with the fingers. So it's anything that's another colour or another sound, you know, if you do it in the right place, it's cool, you know, it's fine. I like taking pictures, but I don't do it in a very serious way. I do it in a very silly way. Take lots of pictures, and I like making, I have video cameras and I mess about. I do things like stop motion, animation, but it's really just for my own amusement. I don't show anybody else. I love Sting. Some of his bass lines is fantastically simple. I have a collection, mostly from EBS. So I have the multi-comp, D-phaser, chorus pedal. Actually, years ago, I went to the Wall factory, and EBS weren't such a big name then. And Pete the Fish, who sadly died before Christmas, who was the guy who started Wall, or one of the 2 guys who started Wall, he turned me onto a pedal called the multi-comp, which I had for years and years, and I really liked it. Really good stuff, you know, it sounds really good, it's very reliable on tour. And like the Spectre thing, you know, with me, they have a very good sort of support system, which is sometimes really important. But I love that there's a great range of sounds. I'm very keen to try this out one day. I think to start with, try and get your technique. A good technique will see you through lots of different musical situations, I think, that you might want to work in. Whatever type of music you want to play, if you have a good technique, that can get you through lots of things. But the other thing is to try and play as much as possible with a metronome. And it's really important these days because a lot of recording is done to computer, and the computer has perfect time. I still practice, I still work on it.